gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you've done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff. So you remember something. We've been here before. You trying to get there. How though? How does that work? How boxing is asking. This is how boxing is. What about the weight? It don't matter. Look,
is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
At the press conference, Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, delivered a strong warning to Canelo Alvarez, insisting that size and weight differences will not be a factor on fight night. He emphasized that Crawford has consistently faced larger opponents throughout his career and found ways to outclass them with confidence and conviction. Bomac declared that Canelo is in real danger because Crawford's superior skills, sharp mindset, and adaptability will ultimately...
Both means ass. How though? How does that work? How boxing is asking. This is how boxing is. What about the weight? It don't matter. Blood been fighting big people all day, all fucking life. Yeah.
What about the head movement, Bomac? You got those feigned head movements.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for. That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches. Yeah. So we can get past that shit.
Bomac speaks with absolute certainty whenever he discusses Terence Crawford's chances in the highly anticipated showdown. For him, this fight is far more than just another contest. It is an opportunity to solidify Crawford's legacy as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He highlights Crawford's relentless work ethic, stressing that his fighter has been in the gym nonstop, sharpening every aspect of his game and leaving no room for excuses. According to Bomac, true preparation is what separates great champions from ordinary fighters, and Crawford's discipline and focus prove why he stands at the pinnacle of boxing today. His statement carries both confidence and conviction, underscoring the belief that Crawford's skill, mental toughness, and adaptability will overcome every challenge. In Bomac's view, this fight represents not just victory, but history.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? You said you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning him. And you must have full confidence that he's going to come out and get a victory on September 30th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is? Obviously, it's a hard career, boxing, you don't get given anything.
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Get me fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him.
Reports that Canelo Alvarez struggled during sparring with Jaron Boots and has sparked widespread debate in the boxing community. Ennis, known for his speed, sharp counters, and slick defensive ability, is a fighter many fans compare stylistically to Terence Crawford. If Canelo reportedly had difficulties handling Ennis in a controlled sparring environment, the natural question is how much tougher things might become when he faces Crawford in an official bout under the lights. While sparring and championship fights are never the same, observers often see patterns that reveal important truths. For many, this rumor suggests Canelo may face more obstacles than expected. Supporters of Crawford, in particular, view it as evidence that their fighter possesses the exact tools needed to exploit Canelo's weaknesses on fight night.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so, with that said, this one had nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay, now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But, you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now, Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
Responding to the sparring stories, Bomac McIntyre quickly dismissed any comparisons between Jaron Boots Ennis and Terence Crawford. While acknowledging Ennis's talent, he firmly stated that Crawford operates on an entirely different level. In Bomac's view, no sparring partner, regardless of skill, can truly replicate what Crawford brings into the ring. He explained that Crawford's blend of experience, adaptability, and mental sharpness sets him apart in ways that are nearly impossible to imitate. That is why Bomac insists critics miss the point when they draw parallels. The upcoming fight, he argued, will highlight Crawford's unique qualities, attributes that extend far beyond speed and movement, encompassing intelligence, composure, and decision-making under pressure. His rejection of comparisons reflects unwavering confidence in Crawford's individuality and...
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response to
That
that.
don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit at all.
Analyst Ade Oladipo voiced concerns over Terence Crawford's decision to put on significant weight ahead of the fight. He stressed that boxing is not purely about size, but about maintaining the right balance between skill, speed, and power. According to Oladipo, gaining too much weight too quickly could disrupt Crawford's natural rhythm or slow down the fluid style that defines his success. While many fans applaud Crawford's bold move to step up and match Canelo's size, Oladipo highlights the risks of altering what already makes him exceptional. His perspective emphasizes that preparation for such a massive fight is highly complex, and even with discipline, changes to a fighter's body can introduce challenges if not managed with precision.
Too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against who's the one that I'm trying to think of his name now. The fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh yeah.
And when he's just skinny, he's like wiry. He's very much Tommy Hearns. Now,
Oh, have you seen him? He's
now
massive.
he's jacked.
And he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurt.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurt.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. At 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, 1 second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion. I'm not joking, the worst. Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. He lost.
Yeah.
Bivol was significantly better and 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of, they're both skillful.
Trainer Breadman Edwards provided a more measured perspective on the matter, emphasizing that Terence Crawford is fully aware of Jaron Ennis having sparred with Canelo Alvarez and recognizes the genuine power Ennis brings into the ring. Yet, instead of allowing this detail to disturb his focus, Crawford uses it as fuel during his preparation. Edwards highlighted that Crawford's confidence is unshakable, never influenced by outside narratives or sparring stories. For Crawford, the only things that count are the actual fight and his unmatched ability to adapt in real time. In fact, the knowledge that Ennis has been part of Canelo's camp could even motivate him further, pushing his team to fine-tune strategies. Edwards reassured that Crawford thrives under pressure, relying on mental toughness and composure.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay, let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bull Mac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bull Mac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
A frequent point of discussion among boxing fans and analysts is whether Canelo Alvarez's size advantage will simply be too much for Terence Crawford to manage. Canelo supporters emphasize his proven strength in higher weight divisions and cast doubt on Crawford's ability to withstand the punishment of a naturally larger opponent, especially since Crawford began his career at lightweight. This debate often boils down to raw physicality versus refined skill. Skeptics argue that, eventually, size and power outweigh talent, and that Canelo's heavy shots could break through Crawford's defenses. For this group, physics and natural advantages cannot be denied, and they see Crawford's bold move upward as admirable, but ultimately a step too far.
Canelo versus Crawford, who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out.
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this: he took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol's biggest hit. I don't think Crawford can knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he can hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Another key factor in the ongoing debate is Canelo Alvarez's remarkable experience at the sport's highest level. Analysts frequently stress that Canelo has faced nearly every style a fighter can bring: slick movers, aggressive punchers, and defensive masters alike, building a resume stacked with championship rounds under immense pressure. His success on boxing's biggest stages has given him a calm composure that few opponents can rival. Experience often determines how a fighter responds to adversity, and Canelo has consistently demonstrated resilience throughout his career. Supporters argue that this combination of knowledge, poise, and natural strength creates a uniquely difficult puzzle for anyone to solve. In their view, while Crawford's skill is undeniable, Canelo's proven championship experience could tilt the scale significantly in his
things about like being in camp with Canelo. It's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So, there's definitely weight classes for a reason.
Some in the boxing community remain divided about this matchup. While they respect Terence Crawford's courage to chase greatness, they question whether Canelo Alvarez is the right opponent to define his legacy. Their concern is not Crawford's skill, but rather the risk of an unfair physical disadvantage that could overshadow his talent. Critics argue that Crawford might have chosen other paths to cement his place among the greats, without facing someone naturally much bigger. Still, despite these doubts, many acknowledge that this fight offers Crawford unparalleled exposure, global recognition, and financial reward, making it both a gamble and a historic opportunity.
Okay. Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol, he's got Benavidez, he's got all these other legitimate 168, 175 pound guys that he can fight, from my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're gonna go fight a little smaller guy. And I'm not something against Bud. Bud is as talented as they come. Really? But you're talking about a guy that probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy. Right. I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not, because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. It's very important. I hope he doesn't rob to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo, because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound for pound great. And I think this is going to kind of win or lose. It's going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez?
Same thing.
Like that, same thing.
I mean, he's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight with the up and coming 168, 165 to 175 pound guy.
Bomac framed the upcoming fight not as a straightforward clash of size and power, but as a contest of intelligence and adaptability. His breakdown emphasized the critical role of boxing's finer details, how precise timing can neutralize raw power, and how speed can counterbalance natural size advantages. According to him, Crawford's true brilliance lies in his ability to adjust instantly, transforming himself into a constantly shifting puzzle that opponents struggle to solve. His well-known phrase, "skills pay the bills," reflects more than a catchy slogan. It represents Crawford's guiding philosophy. For Bomac,
we know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some sudden power up there. We're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays bills. You gotta have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is his offense, he's gotta have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think, with the styles in mind, also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, not taking nothing away from him, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more